Good evening, guys, and welcome to this podcast. I'm here with my sister and friend, Omoyemi and Funke. This evening, we are going to be discussing sibling rivalry, and this has been a topic pressing in our hearts for a while. And we just want to discuss what sibling rivalry is, the root cause, the solutions, and how to handle sibling rivalry as it affects our families, everywhere. So, as you join us in this ride, sit back, relax, and let's talk about sibling rivalry. And I promise it's going to be an exciting evening here today. Let me start with you, Omoyemi, right? So, how would you define sibling rivalry? What does it mean to you? When you hear the word sibling rivalry, what comes to mind?
Sibling rivalry, I would say conflict, I would say disagreement, I would say unfriendliness. It's sibling rivalry is deep, it's a lot, and from what Mr. Dula just said, this is not to call our family members or any family out. It's not to even expose weaknesses. We want to talk from a place of healing. Some of us carry these wounds and we don't even know it. Some of us carry this deep pain that has happened years and years ago. Wounds we are trying to heal and close up and forget about. But as life have it, as things would happen, you just find yourself rigmaroling in that same or different issues called sibling rivalry. It's from one problem to another. So it's not to expose anyone at all. It's to talk about healing. How do you get that healing? How do I get that healing? Because this is going to be some kinds of worms that will be opening here. But how do we navigate as a sister, as a brother? How do we navigate this issue? So it's conflict. I don't want to even use the word fight. It's a lot of unwanted vices.
So I come in there. It's a lot of unwanted vices among siblings. And let me come to you. Sibling rivalry. Is it just among a nuclear family or a polygamous family? Where exactly do we place this? Because we're talking about brothers and sisters that are expected to be given birth to by same parents and the rest of them. So, where would you say it's more predominant? A nuclear family or a polygamous family?
I don't think it's more than another. But that's an interesting point of view, though, that you brought it up. I think the fact that your siblings, whether you're born in the same home or not, the fact that your siblings, whether born by the same father or a different mother, it can be within your nuclear family or your polygamous family. Okay. So as long as you're sibling, you can be prone to sibling rivalry.
So sibling rivalry, the way it works is more or less like a competition among brothers and sisters, and sometimes it is fueled by parents. The way they resolve conflict among siblings. Could there be a positive angle to it?
Well, personally, I'll say no. There's no positive angle to stemming competitiveness, jealousy, envy amongst your children as a parent. There is no positivity.
So let me butt in real quick. What I mean by positive angle to it is when a parent chastises one, is it geared towards correcting the other? Is that not the whole essence when a parent decides to take sides with somebody, with a child who has portrayed a good behavior? Is that supposed to breed rivalry among siblings?
It's not supposed to breed rivalry, but that question actually reminds me of a conflict that happened thousands of years ago. And not to get too religious here, for some of us who happen to be born in a certain home.
Don't talk about your siblings, please.
No, I'm not talking about my siblings. I want to trace or bring out from your question that envy is a major reason for conflict between siblings, either siblings of nuclear family or extended family. Okay, envy is a major one, and it reminds me of Cain and Abel. It reminds me, Cain could have decided to give the best of the best of the best to his maker, but he went with rotten, unacceptable, polluted offerings, and on the other hand, his brother, gave the best of the best. I can't speak for their creator, I can't speak for God, but from those two sacrifices, there is one that was interesting and the other one was not. There was one that was acceptable and the other one was not. So as a result of that, God rebuked that sacrifice. He rejected it. So that caused envy. Siblings, that caused envy. There was a fight. We read the account that Cain lured his brother up somewhere just because he had taken the time to nurture the pain, the enviness of why would my brother's sacrifice be acceptable and not mine.
So who was responsible for that? So why should that breed rivalry?
Good question. He should take responsibility for offering things that was not acceptable in the first place.
And I think that's a big problem, taking responsibility for what we do. That is the hallmark, of leadership, if I can say that. But let me ask you, how does parenting influence rivalry in the home? How does parenting help or, make or mar this?
That's an interesting question. Everything in the world starts from the home. Every community, every nation, the foundation is from the home. Absolutely. So parents, I don't think parents realize the magnitude of the responsibilities we have in shaping and forming individuals. Our mindset, our mentality, the parenting styles, the approach to things, even our tone, our conversation, the way we relate with each child forms their personality and what they take out there. And
so
how
let me
to
ask you,
relate to each other.
since we all are parents here, so that's a good one. Let me ask you a direct question. When you have two kiddos, one is on the straight A's, one is not. How do you encourage the one that is not on straight A's to begin to have A's? Do you compare? How do you handle that?
I think the major problem we have in our mind and in our society right now is this whole issue of expectation. Part of the problem and the damage that the society is causing is all this expectation that we're putting on people. And the way the world has been structured is defining what is good, what is bad, who is good, who is bad. We're not taking into account each child's personality, each child's frame and work and even their abilities. There are children that have disabilities and they're not caught very early in life. There are going to be children that are going to be maybe having some kind of learning challenges. So does that mean because they're not having straight A's that they're bad kids? Does that mean because we then, our mindset of what is good, what is bad, what's acceptable, we begin to project it even from our own fear and our own poor mindset about how we would be shown as parents.
So are you saying in a nutshell that parents or parenting has a key word here, key role to play here
it's the foundation
in either breeding or reducing sibling rivalry?
Oh yeah.
So
it starts in the home.
Since I come to you, is it wrong to have expectations from your children?
No, it's not. Totally.
So it is not to have. It's not bad to have expectations, right?
Yes.
So what if your kids are not meeting up to your expectations? How do you react?
You help such a child. That's why you're a parent. You, instead of castigating, instead of tearing down such a child, instead of showing them their own weaknesses, instead of not, playing your role as a parent to support such a child that is not, again, what's the expectation? That's what, Safunke was just saying. We have so many expectations, and because they are not being met, you want to talk down on the child. That shouldn't be. That's a call for help. That's an opportunity to help such a child. Come down to their level, understand what challenges they're going through. Do they need extra coaching? Do such a child need extra help? Do they even need an IEP for special need kids? Do they need therapy? Do they need, what sort of help do they need?
There's more work on the part of the parents.
I would say yes.
So as a parent that has been blessed by more than one child, do you have favorites among your children?
Favoritism. You're gradually pointing out root causes of conflict amongst siblings, and that's why we're here. First was envy. Another, favoritism. Take note. Favoritism. It's so easy to play it unconsciously as parents. It's so easy because we all like good things. There's an adage from where we're from. Omotoba Dani Baba in like, or Omotoba Dani Ti Baba. The bad one is for the mother. A bad kid is for the mother, while the good is for a good child is for the father. That's how we quietly, unconsciously play favoritism as a mother, as a father, as a parent to these kids, and that's not wholesome.
So is it possible to love all your children equal, irrespective of the expectations you have? Yeah, I come to you. Is it possible to love all your children, the same way, irrespective of them meeting up to the expectations that you expect from them?
Loving them the same way, I would say no. Okay. But loving them uniquely and tailored to each child is possible. It is very possible. Again, I think keywords that we're using is what's creating the biases that we're having. Favoritism, equal, good, bad, the qualification, the way we're describing it.
So I want you to go back to how to love kids again.
Loving them, you can love them uniquely. Because the truth is, each child gets a different. Every child gets a different version of their parents. The parent you were when you had your first child is different from the version of you that your second child gets. And that phase in life, your understanding for each child will shift. Maybe as a rookie parent, the approach is a little different, but your heart is like in your hands when you carry that first baby. And second child, sometimes the things that we're we're taking extra caution about with the first and second one, we have experience. We carry her this way, we carry them that way. It will look like we're more careless, but no, you have more experience.
And then there's a way you treat them based on their agendas as well, right? Is there a particular way you treat a male child? Oh, this is mommy boys. Mommy boys, mommy girls. Okay, so let me ask you this. Let's come down to cultural settings. There's a belief that sibling rivalry is not the fact that I don't wish you well as my sibling. It's the fact that I want to be more successful than you or before you. How does that make sense?
It does, and we're gradually Jerry.
I wish you well.
Yeah.
But I want to be more successful than you, and I want to be successful before you.
So if the foundation is destroyed, what can the righteous do? What I mean by that is, if parenting skills are lacking, if parenting, if children lack proper parenting, it follows them through to adulthood. And that's why you see in an adult or a mid-aged child wanting to be more successful because they haven't been trained on the culture that their success is their brother's success and they are their brother's keeper. So it still boils down to who is your parent? Who are your parents? What did they teach you? What did you learn from all that they taught you or all your training, as a child leading up into adult life? It's easy to say I want to be more successful than you. We all want good things, but then again, how do you manage that or remove that? It's some sort of sentiment that I can't even explain.
So I think I like the fact that you are putting everything at the doorstep of the parents. Okay. But let me ask you, children, when they grow up, they pick up different kind of behaviors. Some might not necessarily be from their parents. How do you deal with that, and how does that affect rivalry? Because you have, like I said, more than a child, more than one kid. One pick up a good behavior, the one pick up another one, and parents have done their best, expectedly, for their children. How do you deal with that? And your disposition to the one that have a good behavior, and your disposition to the one that have a bad behavior, would that be seen as rivalry? Should you not reward good behavior, and should bad behavior not have consequences?
So the truth is, it's a very sensitive place to be for parents. There's always healthy competition, and we should have that. We should have that where we're setting expectations for them because it helps them to be great individuals. We just want to make sure in the midst of that we're teaching them important life lessons. I think there used to be time where, sometimes there could be things, maybe you're trying to motivate your children to get things done faster. Whoever gets this done faster gets a reward. You're teaching them life lessons. But
So
you're also
system?
teaching them,
The reward system is good
to motivate.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what you want to teach in the middle of that is, because some kids will take winning and losing wrongly or poorly. They can't handle it. But you want to teach your child the concept of winning, losing, failing, and sometimes having success. That life has both, and be able to try your best as much as possible, and then even if it's not going as well, you can do better.
So in the process of rewarding our children, I noticed for instance, if you do it well, I give you this. And of course, that means there's a competition. Healthy rivalry, so to speak. Now, how do you manage that, scenario such that the person who don't do it first or get it well right don't feel, kind of,
Yes.
like a sore loser kind of.
Yes.
How do you manage that area?
Yes. Sorry to cut you. Just like Cain and Abel, right? The story she told. It's you've already set a path for them, right? You have them on a playing field, then go show your ability. Now the teaching and the lesson comes from everything you've taught them before then. The individual, how do they process things? What is your mindset towards your brother? Have you given them the basic of love towards each other? Are you raising your children with love? If you have their foundation from the beginning, you guys have each other, you have this is your favorite person in the world. No matter what, you choose your brother, you choose your sister. You don't pitch anything against your brother. Your sister is never your enemy. That is the foundation your children need, no matter what. So that when the other person is doing well, they can easily celebrate each other. And even if you're the one that did better than the other one, you still have compassion for them, and you're not being like, yes, you failed, yes, I'm better than you.
Gotcha.
You're gonna have to catch it as a parent to say, no, that's not yes, you did well, yes, she's that other person is not doing as well as you, but we are not going to be the one to castigate them. We're going to manage them up, we're going to support them and find out what they need. You're teaching your child not to be a bully. You're teaching them to be responsible. You're teaching them to be responsible leaders.
Okay, so
Yes.
can sibling rivalry be eradicated after this? So guys, I have these 2 books here for you to get on Amazon. I have Building New Bridges, authored by my humble self, and I have the Spiritual Gym, authored by my sister here. Go to Amazon and get your copy. Okay, so sibling rivalry, can it be eradicated?
I wouldn't say yes to that, because as kids are being born, into different families with different cultures and backgrounds and exposures and experiences, you find out that we teach different things per time based off of where we are coming from as parents. So it cannot be eradicated, but it can be managed, and it's one of the reasons we're here to share our own experiences with you, and maybe just point out or kind of admonish that don't deliberately, or even if you're not conscious of it, be careful of such advice. Be careful of such placing or planting the seeds, saying words that triggers such action between siblings. We want to be careful of that as parents. Balance it out. When there is reward for good work, there's punishment for bad behaviors. Explain the reasons behind these things, and tailoring it to, or bringing them to the midpoint that it's to become better. There's a passage I love to share with my kids, that how well the Bible said it is for brothers to dwell in unity, because the way these boys fight, I don't know if you the way these boys fight yesterday,
they fight every minute and
then make up, and
it's a love language for boys.
At some point it's not love language. I'm like, guys, I'm tired. Can you just stop?
You're going to tell us about your book, but before you do that, what role does communication play in sibling rivalry? After we hear from what role does communication play?
Okay, this is my very first book, The Hills and the Valley. You can find it, place your order on www.hillsandthevalley.com. It's a story about a young girl born with a wooden spoon out of nowhere, striving to be someone in life. What became of her? What challenges did she even face as a young, mid-age, or adult life? What challenge did she face, and what lessons you learn from this young child? It's all in here. It's a storybook, but it's a real life story that you can learn something from. Do you want me to go to the second one now?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay. This is a journal stemming from this book. It's 365 days of building strength through the hills and valleys of life. It's a daily journal walking you through it. It's a 5-in-1 journal, a note, quote. For each day, you have a unique quote that can help you build strength. We all face different challenges in life, and I can tell you, you don't have to do it alone. Journal your way out of some things you are struggling with. Name it, identify them, and this can help you throughout the year to becoming a better person. Thank you.
Grab your copy.
Oh my God.
Now, so tell me, what role does communication play in eradicating this? Communication between parents and children, between both parents as well. What role does it play?
Yeah, communication is the biggest factor, because every way you teach your child involves communication. The way they embody whatever you've taught them has to do with communication. The way they relate with one another has to do with communication. So it's the bedrock of everything that they need to form them and help them to reproduce whatever you've taught them. So comparison, for example, parents comparing children, that can breed some unhealthy feelings out of them, the envy, and they start wondering, is that my parent? Do they like me better than that person? Am I bad? And we have to realize that even this sibling rivalry we're talking about, it reveals and uncovers damages we create in the children by the way we communicate with them, or communicate things that we think they need to get better at. Sometimes we don't mean it in a bad way, but it causes damage. So the approach that we take in communication is very important.
To the children and among
the parents. Yeah. Sometimes they're just looking at you. Parents are the ones that are fighting, and they pitch cute children against each other to not knowing, because one parent might like the other than the other, and they're choosing sides, and there's a divide in the home.
That's
sibling rivalry.
I will say, as a parent, develop skills, develop listening skills, develop this communication we just talked about, to communicate to your kids. Find a place where your kid can be vulnerable. Teach them to communicate. This is what I want to say here. My son was going through, having realized that he was graduating from elementary school. I just noticed all of a sudden he became grumpy, more than usual. He was bickering, and he was just looking gloomy and sad. It took me days to this is not this child. What is going on? I, made room for him to, be able to, like, if you have anything, please come to me, okay? This is me telling you that I want to listen to you. Exactly. Give access, give them, make it easy for them to talk to you. Make it so easy. And then, I make sure his siblings were not there. And on one-on-one, we kept talking and talking. Guess what? At some point, my son busted into tears, like hot tears. Then after he left for bed, I'm like, this must be what he had been bottling in his mind or heart or stomach for the past few days or for some days, and he wasn't able to share, which of course led to those behaviors that I wasn't, of course, so happy about. So as a parent, I would say, listen to your kid, give them access, let them be able to approach you, be intentional. As a parent, you have to be intentional. Nothing is, nothing is by chance. Nothing just happens.
Nothing
a good kid,
intentional parenting.
Intentional parenting, yes.
Last word from you.
I would also advise parents that don't feel like you have to do it alone. Get help. Get into parenting lessons, parenting programs. We have them. We cannot parent children from our own wounds. And that's sometimes we never had template. Nobody taught us how to, and you cannot just go based on head knowledge. Get education. If you went to school to learn whatever you're doing right now, you're learning your trade, you should learn how to parent. Right. We're not going to do it based on our feelings. Your emotions will not take care of your children. Please get help. Get lessons. There are free education you can get on YouTube. There are programs you can follow. There are experts in parenting. Let's go and learn. And then start correcting some of the things you may have created. And some parents' relationship with their children may have been estranged because of the way you raised your children, pitch them against each other. Let's begin to communicate and build the bridges. You have that book, Building Bridges, something about bridges, and be able to let's just learn, and then also forgive yourself. Sometimes we make mistakes. We're not perfect, but just have a willing heart and see your children as individuals. These are children God gave to us to parent. We're not gods to them. Let's not become the stumbling block that then makes them vagabonds or not, responsible in the society, and even not useful for
very
each
much.
other. Yeah.
Before we go on this edition, I want to reintroduce Building New Bridges, authored by myself, and The Spiritual Gene, authored by my sister here. So today we talk about sibling rivalry. It's a thing among us in our society. It is important that as parents we train our children, as we all agree here. We should be intentional. Sibling rivalry is real and it is ruining family. And the bulk of the responsibility is on our parents. How do we parent? What exactly do we do or say to our children? Do we even understand them, or do we know them more than they know themselves? Communication plays a major role in parenting. Let's talk to our children. Let's, lead them aright. Let's lead from the front so they can follow us according to the word of God. We cannot do it alone. Sibling rivalry, unfortunately, may not raise its ugly head while parents are alive. When parents pass away, it begins to raise its ugly head. Children will not be able to be together. They will not be able to understand each other. So it is what you do now that your children, will take after your demise. So it is important as parents that we train our children, we lead them aright in God's way. And I'm hoping that after today we get feedbacks. If you want us to talk about this again, trust me, I have my crew member here. We're going to talk about it again. Sibling rivalry is real, but it can be managed. Thank you for joining, and hope to see you in the next video. Bye.